Hi friends, welcome to my channel. I am Sunique and I've got the latest Moon Diary. So this is for 2024 and as you can see it's got a laminate cover. It's got it on the front and the back. So it's great because it really protects the diary. So before I go through this, just a disclosure, I already filmed this video once but the file was so large I've had to start again, so I've already been through the diary and I know what's in there, so full disclosure, and it's great. This is last year, so it's still got the laminate cover and it's been really useful as well. Last year we were talking about, or they were talking about, dragon energy. Can find some here, you can possibly see. So yeah, dragon energy and crystals, which is brilliant, really loved it. Lots of useful information in here, and you know, we all need some dragon energy now and then, don't we? I mean, I just did a video not so long ago on the Celtic Dragon Tarot, and it's a great energy to work with. And also crystals is my jam. I've been a crystal therapist for many years, so yeah, that's been super relevant for me this year. So the other offerings that the Flickering Cauldron have are, well, two at the moment. A witch's journal. Oh, let's show you everything. A witch's journal which has note paper. Again, it's got the laminate which protects it. It's a great idea, that is. And lovely aesthetic, as you can see. Right. So we have lots of lovely note paper. There's beautiful bird imagery on there, and then we've got sections here for different things. So the moon, so the new moon wishes and desires, and the full moon correspondence and spells. So yeah, if you wanted to record that, so lots of different things. Moon phases and her meanings, which is actually, we get that in the Moon Diary obviously as well. I would have liked the Egyptian one. I don't know if they're going to do that again this year, but I missed out on that, unfortunately. But yeah, there's lots of little things here. See, moon water, how to make moon water. So yeah, lots of things here. But we've also got some templates. So spell templates, dream templates, dream journal templates, spirit guide templates, and there's tarot scrying. Beautiful imagery. I'm going to say that a lot actually. But yeah, if this is your sort of aesthetic, then you're going to love all of the offerings. Yeah, tarot oracle journal. Not a lot of space there. However, you know, if you drew 12 cards, then I think you'd need a lot more than that for your interpretation. But then there's nothing to stop you doing some tip-ins, which is an option, isn't it? Okay, a tip-in, say you wrote something somewhere else, then you could actually use some washi tape. Find some washi tape. Got some here. This is beautiful, this washi tape. So yeah, it's cool. This one's got an owl on that, and you can see that, isn't it cool? Anyway, so you just use your washi tape alongside, and then you can, you know, so then if you did it that way, put your washi tape down there, then you can open it up. It does make your journal a little bit thicker obviously, but you know, that's not a problem, is it? So that's one way to do that if you're running out of space. Oh. Okay, herbs, herb journals, and we've got a few examples here. Roseate marigold. Yeah, so lots of things to actually sink your teeth into here. Really good, really good. Then we have a witch's companion. Again, let's get the shiny laminate over. Okay. So this is volume 1, and heads up, when I looked through this Moon Diary, at the back here, let's find it, it says other publications, and volume 2 is coming out. We have now also nearly finished volume 2. So if it's as good as volume 1, I'll be very happy. And this is just chocker full of information. Obviously they can't put everything in here because, you know, it'd be like that thick, wouldn't it? You know, we'd need a lot more paper than this, but it has got quite a lot of information, and it's done so aesthetically pleasing. It's just amazing. So, oh, Poppy, gosh, how appropriate as we are just coming up to Remembrance Sunday. Yes, and it always reminds me of my mum, so I think there's a message for me there. Hi, Mum. Anyway, yeah, we got lots of information. Black Mirror scrying. Yeah, so it's so good. Look at this. Pythagorean numerology. I mean, anything you want to know, really. It's just a good primer. And you can do, as I said, further research, but this is volume 1, so this is, it's sort of like, let's get started. And this is great for that, absolutely great. So let's get on to the diary itself. This year, it was all about dragons and crystals. And now, for the following year, 2024, it's going to be about Fae, the Fae energy, and flowers. And I have just finished reading a book called The Language of Flowers, and really interesting book. It's a novel all about a young girl who has had a troubling childhood, but was taught at a very early age some of the meanings of flowers, and used those as she was making her way in the world as a means of communication. But because of that, I bought this one, The Language of Flowers, Mandy Kirkby, and actually I didn't realise it, but it's the official companion to that novel that I read. How cool is that? So each of these has got the flower and a little bit about it. So yeah, that's, and also I ordered a copy of the actual novel itself because I had it from the library, but in the back of that there's a section that's also got the meaning of the flowers in there. So how good is that? I think I'm going to have to put some lights on because it's getting awfully dark again. Hold on. Okay, hopefully that's better and you're not going to get too much glare from the lights. So yeah, the Flickering Cauldron Moon Diary. So let's just go through this. I'm not going to spend too much time on it. I did a long video and then, anyway, lost it. So here we have 2024 at a glance. Then on this page, we've got important Moony dates 2024 at a quick glance. And so what we have here is the months. Then we have the dates of the new moons and the dates of the full moons. And with the full moons, we've also got the name of the moons. So November is a beaver moon. December is a cold moon. Obviously the dates change each year, don't they? So, and also this is a UK based diary as well, so the information in here is all relevant to the UK. But there is a time zone converter, I think at the back I saw it, yes, time zones. So that information's there for you if you are living somewhere else. So just like the previous diary for this year, they go through each phase of the moon with some information, and what I found was the information wasn't the same, it was enhanced. So that's really good, and it's a good reason for keeping these diaries as well. You don't need to throw them away because all the information here is going to prove useful. I mean, you could take the pages out and tip them in your own reference guide. So we have the associations to the planets, and we have the colours, the gemstones, the metals, the herbs, the day of the week, magical attributes and spiritual significance for each of the planets. That's cool. Zodiac moon, so the moon in different zodiac signs. Again, we have magical attributes and spell work. So what that is ideal for, you know, during the time of that moon. So if I give you an example here, Libra moon, the magical attributes: enhancing relationships, promoting balance and resolving conflicts. And then the spell work: create spells related to harmony in relationships, finding balance and justice. So what I was thinking when I was going through this the first time is we could actually use this with our oracle or our tarot cards and make spreads for each one based on the attributes of that moon. Just a thought I had. So it ends on the Pisces moon, and then we have a lovely, lovely illustration of the zodiac wheel with the zodiacs in the sky. So each one in the sky, and then when we have the zodiac symbols. Then we have a month at a glance, and each month is the same sort of format but with different information in there. And so we always get a year at a glance. This is the Fae energy for January. So then they tell us about that Fae. So the sign is traditionally the goat. They called this one Frostina, and then the dates are the same as Capricorn. All about that fairy. The elements, which is actually this here is the Capricorn associations there. Then we have the gemstones, again the Capricorn associations. And what I noticed was, I'll show you, is we have the same associations, but they've decided to actually highlight a different one. So last year for Capricorn, they highlighted, see, like I say, just the same, it's the same in the last one. So we had a dragon called Brenna, and the emerald was the crystal that they highlighted, okay, for January. And here, although they've still got emerald within the gemstone associations, they've actually now highlighted a different crystal, the lapis lazuli, which was in this year's. But the other thing I noticed in this year's, we've had herbs highlighted as well at the beginning of each, but we haven't on this one. And I'm thinking it's because we're talking about flowers. And so you see we have carnation, use them in herbal remedies for, and then it tells you what for. Flowers in magic. How we can use flowers in magic. So anointing oil, smudging, flower baths, sachets and pouches, meditations, visualizations, gardening magic and divination. Colour interpretation, arrangement, placement, symbolic associations and intuitive connection. Then we go on to our week at a glance, and at the top of each one is the sign. So here we have the goat for Capricorn, and we also get a little fairy at the bottom, which is really nice. It tells us when planets go direct or when they're in retrograde. And interestingly, on the 3rd of January, the Earth will be closest to the Sun at this time, 0038. There you go. We'll be in bed fast asleep. Anyway, so 12th night is on Friday the 5th. So we get a lot of information even on the weekly pages. We get information on the phase of the moon and what sign the moon is in. So here it says, waning gibbous, 74% visible in Virgo. When it rises, when it sets, when the moon rises and sets, when the sun rises and sets. Lots of information. Star sign, Capricorn. We have information each month on the moons. So here we have the moon, new moon in Capricorn, when it is, and what it's about. An introduction here to fairy magic. So we've got 3 pages on there, creating and all sorts. And then we have some more weekly pages, and then we have the full moon information for each month. So the correspondences and the intentions. So we have the animal, the colour, the crystals, the herbs, intentions, rituals and activities. So they do that for every month. Then they go and give us a little bit to write in our new moon wishes and our desires and our full moon spells for each month. Then we get onto these 2 pages, which I totally ignore because it's a financial budget page. No, that's not my jam. I can't do that. I should do that, but I don't do that because, yeah, I don't. Anyway, so then we come on to the next month and we have the same format, okay? But also we have the Sabbats. So the first Sabbat of the year is Imok, and I've just received, and I'm going to do an opening soon of the new seasons of the Witch, the Imok Oracle. So yeah, I will be opening that soon. Anyway, some correspondences with that Sabbath. So we've got quite a bit of information there. Foods, elements, symbols, rituals, celebrations. And we always have, dotted throughout the diary, some recipes. Which, yeah, they're quite yummy, these recipes. So if you like yummy food, this is the one for you. And we've got a super new moon in February in Aquarius. So you can see the star sign image has changed and we have a different fairy at the bottom. Okay. I reckon that's Valentine's Day with a heart with flowers in it. And it's nice the way it's layered as well. I like that. We've got the Pisces there as well. Yeah, there it says it, Pisces. We're coming into Pisces season. A fairy crystal energy wish. So, how to do a fairy crystal energy wish. All the information there you need. And then, again, we've got the full moon. Just the same, we've got a lovely cat here looking at the fish. And we've got a lovely fairy there. Okay, so it's on to March. I'll put a glance and note page there. And then we're into the birth flower and the next Fae energy. So just the same as before. So that goes on, and then dotted throughout the recipes. So there's another recipe there. Honey sugar cookie recipe. This just, when I first looked at this page, I was getting myself laughing. I thought it was just so funny. And this little character here looks like E.T. You can see, I don't know, can you see? But yeah, it looks like E.T. to me. That was so funny. But yes, it's the worm moon in March. I thought it was funny. And this is beautiful. It tells you, I can't wait for March the 31st when the clocks go forward. I'm not a winter person really. Oh, this fairy looks like a ballerina. Anyway, a fairy star. So this here is a fairy star. And then it tells you what all that is about. It's a septagram, so it would be 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pointed star. And what it's for. Open the door of your mind into a world of magic with the Fae. Okay, so build your own fairy garden. Instructions on how to do that. Then the new moon and how to make fairy dust. Beautiful. So what fairy dust is, how to gather your ingredients, what you need, and then how to make it, and then some uses for it. Then April moon, daily pages, space for notes. Oh, budget. April notes, and then May, month at a glance. It's Taurus. Beltane, so we've got the next 7. And then we have a Beltane recipe. The new moon, full moon. This looks really, really good. This is a protection jar. As you can probably tell with the energy here. It says, creating a fairy fire potion with the addition of dragon's blood resin will infuse it with an even more mystical and fiery energy. Ooh, that looks really interesting. Caught my attention. Finance, notes, next month at a glance, which is June, and the next phase. About that, then the flower, and a tea recipe. Benefits of ingredients used in your tea. New moon in Gemini, so we have the twins there. Letha, summer solstice. There was a druid, I think, in Cornwall. I think he's passed now, but he had a garden that he'd constructed, like a mini Stonehenge in there, and also Menan Toll up the side. It was amazing. Yeah, really cool. Letha recipe. June honey full moon. Same format, same format, same format. All the same. I love this image. Those colours are just gorgeous. Creating a fairy altar. I mean, you don't need to do all this as it appears in the diary, do you? You can just go backwards and forwards in the diary and take what you want to play with, I think, anyway. Okay, how you can use your fairy altar once you've built it. And we have the July buck full moon, fairy moon water, how to make it, what you need. Quite a lot of information there. And then we're on to August, and the August Fae, August flower, poppy. It is, my mum her birthday was in August as well. So, yeah, anyway, and we've got another Sabbath here, in our sun, and all the associations for it, and our recipe. Raisin bread, lovely. August new moon. Leo energy. Little fae. We've got a blue full moon, so actually they've changed the colour of the moon. There's a pink one as well I saw earlier. We have another jar to make up. This is a dandelion wish jar. Lovely. Financial budget. And on to September. The flower. All the associations. This is Saphira. September new moon. Fairy spirit guides. It tells you all about fairy spirit guides and working with the fae. A harvest full super moon in September. The autumn equinox. Here. Harvest, yes. Apple and cinnamon cake. On to Libra, new micro moon, fairy rings. About fairy rings. October blood full super moon. Look at this. The images are just a wonderful aesthetic. This one made me laugh. Look. It looks like this little skeleton head here is hiding in the tree trunk. And there's a really angry pumpkin above. That's funny. We've got a little bat here. Oh, it's just fantastic. Fantastic. Look at him. Those eyes remind me of the No Fear logo, if you know it. Anyway, some barn bread. Now, I know that by another name, Barabrith, because when I was a little girl, my grandparents lived in Wales, and Grandma used to buy Barabrith, and we were only allowed it after we'd eaten all of our dinner. We had to clear the place, and then she would slice it wafer thin, and then you'd spread it with butter. But oh, it's just a memory from childhood that I love it. Anyway, Barabrith. Okay. It's probably just as well we only had slithers of it, because imagine the calories in it. Anyway, November and Scorpio. We have Bellatrix as our fae. And chrysanthemums. Scorpio, November. We have the Beaver full moon. A chrysanthemum protection spell, which looks really, really good. I really liked the look of that one. As I say, I have actually gone through this previously, so I do know what's in here. A witch's protection bottle, brilliant. And then we're on to the next month, my birth month. So it'll be on a Thursday. I was born on the 5th of December. And Jupiter is aligned to Thursday as well, so that's, yeah, coincidence this year. Oh, next year. I keep saying this year. Next year, this diary. And we have holly, which is a protective leaf, isn't it? With all those spikes. The colours are purple, plums and dark blues. Yeah, see, ruling planet Jupiter. Okay. Weekly pages. Oh, a beautiful Christmas cat. So this is the December cold full moon. And I don't really do Christmas, but I do Yule, the winter solstice. This means more to me than Christmas. So this is something that will, yeah, be part of my practice. And I love these animals here, all these winter animals, although I don't like the cold. We have some Celtic Yule cakes, which I definitely will be doing. I'm going to treat myself to that this Yule. We have an inner light Yule spell. So it's going to be an idea to gather all these well before, I think. And then we have a song about Yule. So that might be nice to actually try and find that song online. Okay, so that's pretty much the diary. Then at the back we've got space for contacts, which I'm thinking might be an idea, because with all the contacts now on our phones, we lose the phone, we lose the contacts, don't we? So maybe just those really important ones could go on these pages. Then it tells us about the other publications. Now there is a wall calendar, but looking at these images here, they are the same images in the diary, and I don't really use wall calendars. I've tried using them. I've had the Llewellyn Tarot one this year, and I haven't really used it. So it's pointless buying them not to use, isn't it? So there it tells us about that witch's journal. They've got an adult colouring book and a book of connections, which I presume is another address book, actually. We have 2025 at a glance. The white boxes show full moon dates and the coloured boxes show new moon dates. We have the disclaimer page where it's printed, and we have the welcome page at the back of the diary, where in this year's we had it at the front, so that's a little bit different. Again, I said about the time zones, and yeah, that's it. Letty and Chris are the people that produce this beautiful, beautiful diary, and all the rest of it, actually. The only thing about wire bound, and I do like wire bound because you can, like, you know, I have been doing, fold it over, lay it flat, it's great for that. As long as you get it all lined up right, otherwise you get stuck on these spirals. But anyway, let's take it back over. That is the absolutely amazing latest offery from the Flickering Cauldron. the Moon Diary 2024. I just realised I forgot to show you the decks I was talking about. So it's this one, Botanical Inspirations by Lynn Arujo, I think. Lavender here. The images on this deck are from the illustrator here, Pierre-Joseph Redoute, 1759 to 1840. So he was a much famous and sought after flower painter in Europe. Even Empress Josephine invited him to come to Chateau de Malmaison to paint the flowers in her magnificent garden. I have shown this deck before, I'm sure I have. So what you get is a little card here with the meanings of the flowers that are in the deck. You also get a little guidebook here. Yeah, I've shown this deck, I remember showing it now. And then you get the cards themselves, which are vintagey in feel. So the crocus is cheerfulness. It is spring again. The earth is like a child that knows poems by heart. Daffodil. Amaryllis, forget-me-nots. So yeah, it just tells you the Latin name, a picture of it for identification, and then what it means, and then a quote. So this one's Eleanor Roosevelt. The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams. So that's that beautiful Botanical Inspirations deck and book set. And then for Fae Energy, I've got quite a few fairy type decks. I've got both Brian Froud decks. This is the one that was coming to mind. It's the Heart of Fairy, which is out of print at the moment actually, and it's pretty hard to find. These are the backs. Beautiful deck. But you can still get the Fairy Oracle by the same author, Brian Froud, the same artist. His artwork is just really amazing. So this is a very intense Fae deck. I've also got the Night Fairies Oracle by Pablo Barbieri, which I've done a walkthrough of, so that's an option. What else have I got? The Speaker of Truth. So Fae energy can be quite confronting, shall we say. I'm just going to have a little look and see what else I've got. Fae decks. Okay, so with Total Tarot magazine we had a Fairy Tarot. I'm just going to look through my my deck list. So there's the Fairy Tarot by Natalie Hertz. There's the Fairy Lights by Lucia Mattioli. Maybe the Forest of Enchantment Tarot, Lunia Weatherstone. Maybe some of the Paulina Cassidy decks, they might work. Mystic Fairy, Barbara Moore. Tarot of the Hidden Realm, the Julia Jeffrey one. She's got a new one coming out, but it's a witch deck. But yeah, maybe that one, Tarot of the Hidden Realm, that might work well. Tarot of the Magical Forest, maybe. Tarot of the She, Emily Carding. Or Poppy Palin's Wake in the Wild Spirit deck. If you want a real Fae, deep Fae energy, that could really work. So what about Oracle decks then? What have we got? So yeah, there's an Ian Daniels deck, Fairy Enchantments. Yeah, that might be a good one. There's Fairy Guidance, which is the Paulina Cassidy one I was thinking about. And we've got the Fairies decks by Brian Froud, this being one of them. What else do we have? Forest Fae, Nadia Turner. I've got my Fairy pack as well, Claire Narmad. Which is, I just get it. This one here, which I did do a walkthrough and first impressions of that one. So that might be a contender. Flowers of the Night, Sherilyn Darcy for the flowers maybe. We've got Forest Fae, Nadia Turner. Wild Wisdom of the Fairy, that's the Lucy Cavendish deck. So we've got quite a few to choose from. Yeah, quite a few decks we could choose from to work with that Fae energy next year. So yeah, we can maybe do one each month. I don't know. I'll have to have a think about that. I'm saying we, thinking you might join in. Maybe you'll join in, I don't know. It could be my new series for next year. Working with that diary and Fae energy decks and flora and fauna energy decks. So yeah, I think that I might actually make that part of my practice next year with the diary. So exciting. So yeah, I'll say goodbye and thank you so much for watching my little video on the Flickering Cauldron Diary, and until the next time, bye friends, bye.